15 minutes to bake, didn't require you to scrub any dirty pots, pans, or dishes afterwards, and they were also always incredibly affordable.
Ever wondered which frozen TV dinners made culinary history? Join us on a delectable journey as we unveil the top 20 most iconic TV dinners, exploring the fascinating stories behind these frozen delights that became household staples for over the years. Let's dive in. Number 20. Hungry Man Dinners. We're kicking off our TV dinner countdown with a heavyweight contender from the 1970s, Hungry Man Dinners. Back then, frozen dinners were losing ground to the growing popularity of restaurants, offering Americans a taste of more authentic cuisines and flavors. Swanson decided to turn the tables by introducing the Hungry Man line. These frozen feasts featured larger portions, heaps of meat, and a bold marketing move, bringing in NFL stars Mean Joe Green and Rocky Bleier from the Pittsburgh Steelers. These gridiron legends starred in commercials that showcased the colossal portions of the Hungry Man dinners. Talk about a celebrity-fueled marketing campaign. The idea was simple. Americans didn't want rabbit food. They craved big, high-calorie meals to sustain them through an entire TV marathon. Imagine sitting down to a Hungry Man dinner, possibly containing a whopping 4,000 calories. That's almost double the recommended daily intake. Swanson understood that men, and perhaps even NFL players, wanted meals that could endure not just one episode of Gunsmoke, but the entire TV lineup. Fast forward more than 40 years, and you can still find microwavable Hungry Man dinners on the shelves. However, the nostalgia comes with a side of health concern. So, are you ready to dive into the hearty world of Hungry Man dinners? Number 19. Nighthawk Steak and Taters. Now, let's turn our attention to the mid-60s, when the Austin-based steakhouse chain Nighthawk decided to throw its hat into the frozen TV dinner ring. Nighthawk's Steak and Taters graced the freezer aisle with its charred broiled steaks, beef patties, and meatballs, proving that Swanson wasn't the sole player in the TV dinner game. The story of Nighthawk frozen foods began over 50 years ago when the Nighthawk Steakhouse, operated in Austin, Texas from 1939 to 1994, expanded its reach to local grocery stores. In 1964, they produced the first frozen Nighthawk TV dinner, marking a significant moment in frozen food history. The company, now a woman-owned business, remains committed to serving families for generations to come. Join us as we explore the flavorful journey of Nighthawk Steak and Taters, a delightful blend of char-broiled goodness and convenience. From the sizzling steakhouse to your freezer, Nighthawk left an indelible mark on the TV dinner landscape. Who's ready for a taste of nostalgia? Stay tuned as we unravel more delicious TV dinner memories. Number 18. Aunt Jemima. Now, who said frozen dinner should have all the fun? Breakfast lovers, get ready to dive into the world of frozen TV breakfasts. And right at number 18, we have a classic, Aunt Jemima. Yep, you heard it right, folks. Breakfast just went frozen. Back in 1969, some savvy company saw the success of frozen dinners and decided to extend the convenience to the most important meal of the day, breakfast. Picture this: pancakes, sausage, and occasionally eggs, all neatly packaged in a frozen TV breakfast. It was a breakfast revolution in the freezer aisle. Now, Aunt Jemima wasn't just any breakfast brand, it was an American icon. The pancake mix dates back to 1888 to 1889, developed by the Pearl Milling Company. It was touted as the first ready-mix cooking product, changing the breakfast game forever. Fast forward to the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, where Nancy Green portrayed the iconic Aunt Jemima character, becoming one of the first black corporate models in the United States. Aunt Jemima's journey wasn't without its challenges. In June 2021, the brand name was discontinued by its current owner, PepsiCo, and all products were rebranded as Pearl Milling Company. This move came amid concerns over racism and stereotyping in the label. Quaker Oats, the parent company, decided to bid farewell to Aunt Jemima's name and image, ushering in a new logo. As Quaker Oats phased out Aunt Jemima, the products became increasingly elusive. The breakfast landscape changed, but the memories of those frozen pancakes and sausages live on. Who remembers waking up to the sizzle of Aunt Jemima's frozen breakfast delights? Number 17. Stouffer's Frozen Dinners. Let's rewind to the late 70s when Stouffer's TV dinners faced a peculiar narrative. Imagine this. Your husband embarks on a business trip. You have a novel begging for attention, and those leftovers just don't cut it tonight. What do you do? According to a 1978 ad, it's a good day for Stouffer's. Yet, this frozen meal born amidst mediocrity faced a challenging journey, as reported by the New York Times in 1984 when sales took a nosedive. Fast forward to the 90s, and Stouffer's decided to redefine the TV dinner game. Doubling down on efforts, they introduced easily microwavable meals designed to feed an entire family of 4 at a fair price. But here's the catch. Meatloaf, a tough sell in any scenario, becomes an even bigger challenge when frozen and served alongside colorless green beans and a chocolate nut brownie. The struggle was real. Before Stouffer's became a grocery store staple, it had a different beginning. Back in 1924, Mahala and Abraham Stouffer opened Stouffer Lunch in Cleveland, Ohio, originally selling buttermilk and crackers. However, they soon expanded to serve sandwiches and Dutch apple pie. The success of their restaurants, including the iconic Top of the Sixes in New York, led to nationwide expansion. By 1954, Stouffer's, once an Ohio restaurant chain, ventured into mass-producing frozen meals, building on the success of serving meals in restaurants. However, the frozen food journey began unofficially in 1946 when customers sought easily reheatable meals. Inspired by their restaurant menus, boxed meals featured corn souffle, Salisbury steak, and macaroni and cheese, graced supermarket shelves in the 1960s. The Nestle acquisition in 1973 marked a turning point. In 1981, lean cuisine emerged, promising great-tasting meals under 300 calories each. The strategic shift from restaurants to frozen foods proved fruitful, with Stouffer's frozen meals topping sales charts in 2004. Here's a fun fact. Even Apollo 11 astronauts enjoyed Stouffer's meals upon returning to Earth. Today, you can find Stouffer's brand's frozen meals bearing both the lean cuisine and classic Stouffer's names in most major supermarkets. Number 16. Morton Ham Dinner. Now, let's take a savory turn to a dish that added a touch of sweetness to the frozen TV dinner lineup. The Morton Ham Dinner. As a company with roots dating back to the 1930s as a chicken processing business in Kentucky, Morton underwent a culinary evolution, transforming into one of the top frozen food manufacturers by the close of the 20th century. Morton was famed for its array of frozen delights, including chicken pot pies, honey buns, and protein-forward entrees. However, it was their ham and raisin sauce dish that truly captured the taste buds and left a lasting impression. Imagine a classic dinner staple with a sweet twist. That's what Morton brought to the table in the 1960s. This unique ham dinner, adorned with a raisin sauce, surprisingly gained popularity, becoming a nostalgic favorite for many. Unfortunately, like many good things, it was discontinued in the 1990s. Around the time, Morton underwent a rebranding as ConAgra. Yet, fear not, dear foodies, for the legacy of the Morton ham dinner lives on. Though you won't find it on retail shelves today, enthusiasts can still explore the flavors of this sweet and savory delight. Dive into the world of copycat recipes available online, or perhaps, if you're lucky, stumble upon vintage TV dinner boxes on platforms like eBay. Number 15. Banquet Frozen Dinners. Now, let's turn our attention to a brand that understood the simple pleasures of cheese and carbs, even if served with the quintessential buttered peas and glazed carrots. Enter Banquet, a name that has been gracing freezer sections since its founding in 1953, initially known for its frozen meat pies. Banquet made its mark on store shelves in 1955 by introducing a range of frozen dinners. The company didn't stop there, capturing the hearts and appetites of Americans with the introduction of Cookin' Bags products. In 1970, Banquet found itself under the ownership of RCA, and a decade later, in 1980, ConAgra took the reins. While Banquet is synonymous with frozen breaded chicken, its menu expanded over the years to include a variety of chicken products. from chicken pot pies to chicken nuggets, ready-to-heat microwavable dinners, and even buffalo wings. Banquet became a household name in frozen convenience. In 2004, the brand brought innovation to the table with home-style bakes, ready-to-bake dinner kits in 11 tempting varieties. And let's not forget dessert bakes. No-bake pies and cake mixes, because who says the main course should have all the fun? With the 2007 sale of former ConAgra division Swift & Company to JBS USA, Banquet experienced a momentary rebranding of its popular frozen breakfast sausage line, previously known as Swift Premium Brown and Serve. The transition took it briefly under the Armour name, eventually settling as Banquet Brown and Serve by the end of 2009. Number 14. Libbyland Safari Supper. Now, let's take a trip down memory lane to the early 70s when Libbyland dinners made their debut, marking the first commercially successful kiddie version of the TV dinner. Libbyland didn't just serve up meals, they crafted experiences with inventive names like Safari Supper and Pirate Picnic. These kid-centric TV dinners were more than just about food. They were a journey into the imaginative world of childhood. Libbyland dinners included not one, but 2 mini entrees, accompanied by exclusive kid-friendly items such as milk magic crystals. Just to clarify, these weren't your ordinary milk additives. They were the kind of crystals that could turn a regular glass of milk into something extraordinary and sweet. The Libbyland dinners featured a colorful and playful packaging with boxes that would pop up into cartoon backdrops. The options were as delightful as the name suggested, from Pirate Picnic to Sundown Supper, Sea Divers Dinner, and of course, the Safari Supper. It was a creative attempt to make mealtime fun for the little ones, even if the marketing strategy might have raised a few eyebrows. After all, putting images of monkeys and lions on a box of mystery meat could be an acquired taste, especially for kids. By 1976, the Libbyland dinners might have had their curtain call, but they left an enduring legacy. The concept of kiddie TV dinners was here to stay, capturing the hearts and taste buds of the younger generation. Number 13. Bird's Eye. Let's rewind the clock to 1939 when Bird's Eye stepped into the world of TV dinners. But hold on! It wasn't the complete meal we're accustomed to today. Instead, it was a single dish, and the star of the show was chicken fricassee. Fast forward to 1945, Maxon Food Systems took frozen meals to new heights. They introduced Strato meals, a combination of meat, a vegetable, and a snack designed for U.S. military airplane passengers. These pioneering frozen meals were the brainchild of a Swedish chef in Queens, previously employed by none other than the Queen of Romania. Despite an attempt to sell Strato meals to retail customers at Bamberger's department store in Newark, New Jersey, the concept struggled to take off. The Bird's Eye legacy, initially known as Bird's Eye Seafood Inc., was established by Clarence Birdseye in 1922. Over the years, it underwent ownership changes, from Postum Cereal Company to Dean Foods and Pinnacle Foods. In 2018, ConAgra Brands took the reins, managing the rights to the Bird's Eye brand in the U.S. The story of Bird's Eye reflects the evolution of the frozen food landscape and its enduring impact on American households. Number 12. Swanson 3-Course Frozen Dinner. Now, let's shift our focus to the iconic Swanson 3-Course Frozen Dinner. Picture this: everything from soup to dessert, neatly packaged in a single frozen dinner box. Swanson went all out to provide a complete dining experience at the convenience of your own table. The Salisbury steak dinner was a prime example of Swanson's commitment to quality and variety. Kickstart your culinary journey with Campbell's famous chicken noodle soup, a comforting blend of tender chicken, melt-in-the-mouth egg noodles, and a rich golden broth. The main course features a savory Salisbury steak with a delicately flavored mushroom gravy. Pair it with green peas in a seasoned butter sauce, and whole potatoes whipped with fresh milk and creamery butter. Swanson aimed for perfection in every bite, creating a symphony of flavors that transcended the frozen dinner stereotype. As you savor the main course, anticipation builds for the grand finale: apple apricot crisp. This delightful dessert, a fusion of spicy fruit with a crunchy topping, adds the perfect sweet note to your frozen dinner experience. Swanson truly delivered on its promise. A complete dinner with everything from soup to dessert. Number 11. Lean Cuisine. Fast forward to 1981, a year that marked the resurgence of Stouffers with the introduction of Lean Cuisine, a low-calorie version of the classic TV dinner. The marketing tagline boldly claimed, "Never before have so many calories tasted so good," aiming to captivate the audience, especially women, with the promise that they were on the way to being lean. Lean Cuisine quickly became a sensation, featuring a range of meals such as chicken and vegetables, oriental beef, and zucchini lasagna. The brand enlisted celebrities like country singer Barbara Mandrell and actress Lynn Redgrave as spokespeople, adding a touch of glamour to the low-calorie frozen meals. Owned by Nestle, Lean Cuisine positioned itself as a healthy alternative to traditional frozen meals. It initially offered low-fat, low-calorie versions of Stouffer's products, gradually expanding its repertoire to include traditional dinners, ethnic dishes, pizza, whole-grain spa cuisine entrees, and panini. The brand's headquarters in the United States is situated in Solon, Ohio, a suburb of Cleveland. The creation of Lean Cuisine in 1981 marked a significant step in the frozen food industry, catering to the evolving preferences of health-conscious consumers. Today, Lean Cuisine boasts a diverse menu with over 100 different meals. The brand's commitment to health is evident in its adherence to FDA guidelines, with all Lean Cuisine items required to meet specific lean criteria, including less than 10 grams fat, 4.5 grams or less saturated fat, and less than 95 milligrams cholesterol. Additionally, Lean Cuisine items are calorie controlled, ranging from 140 to 400 calories, aligning with the brand's dedication to providing nutritious and delicious options for consumers. Number 10. Marie Callender's. Now, let's take a delightful detour into the heartwarming story of Marie Callender's, a name synonymous with delectable pies and comforting meals. Marie Callender, a South Dakota native, carried a belief from her childhood that sharing a meal could weave strong bonds among family and friends. This simple yet profound notion laid the foundation for an extraordinary culinary legacy. In the 1940s, Marie embarked on a journey that would change the way we experience homemade goodness. She started selling the pies crafted in her home kitchen to local restaurants in Orange, California. Picture her son, Don, pedaling his bicycle to deliver these signature creations. Each pie a testament of Marie's commitment to quality and flavor. In a bold move in 1948, Marie sold her family car to fund the transformation of her at-home bakery into a full-fledged business. Fast forward to 1964, a pivotal year in the Callender family's culinary saga. They opened their first pie and coffee shop, where local customers were treated to the comforting, homemade touches that define Marie's creations. The success of this cozy environment led to the expansion of the brand into a chain, extending its reach beyond the walls of the beloved shop and into grocery stores, where Marie Callender's meals and desserts became a household name. Number 9. Chung King Chinatown-style frozen dinners. Now let's dive into the tantalizing world of Chung King Chinatown-style frozen dinners, a unique blend of American Oriental flavors that found its place in the hearts and freezers of many households. Picture a spread featuring shrimp and mysterious meat, egg rolls, accompanied by a generous serving of chicken chop suey and fluffy white rice. Chung King, heralded as the royalty of American Oriental foods, introduced a distinctive culinary experience that left an indelible mark on the frozen food landscape. Behind the scenes, Chung King was the brainchild of Geno Palucci, a culinary entrepreneur known for creating not only Chung King, but also iconic treats like Geno's pizza rolls and frozen pizza. The brand's emergence in the 1940s marked the beginning of a flavorful journey that would redefine the American palate. By 1962, Chung King had become a powerhouse, boasting $30 million in annual revenue and commanding half of all U.S. sales of prepared Chinese food. However, like many chapters in the world of business, Chung King's story took unexpected turns. In 1966, the brand changed hands, finding itself under the ownership of R.J. Reynolds Tobacco Company, which acquired it for a staggering $63 million. The subsequent years saw Chung King navigating the shifting tides of corporate mergers and acquisitions. In 1985, R.J. Reynolds merged with Nabisco Brands, leading to the formation of RJR Nabisco. However, Chung King's destiny continued to evolve as it was sold to Yeo Hiap Sang of Singapore in 1989 as part of a financial maneuver related to Kohlberg Kravis Roberts' leveraged buyout of RJR Nabisco. Amidst these transitions, Chung King changed hands multiple times, from ConAgra Foods in 1986 to Hunt Wesson in 1995, finally finding itself in the company of rival La Choy. Unfortunately, as market dynamics shifted, Chung King faced the inevitable. In 1995, ConAgra, Hunt Wesson's parent company, closed Chung King's manufacturing facilities and bid farewell to the brand, marking the end of an era in the frozen food aisle. Number 8. Ore-Ida, tater tots, and French fried onions. Now let's turn our attention to a household favorite that has made its mark not just in the frozen food aisle, but in the hearts of millions. Ore-Ida tater tots and French fried onions. As the leading retail brand of frozen potato products globally, Ore-Ida Foods Incorporated has become synonymous with delicious, crispy treats that have stood the test of time. The journey of Ore-Ida began in 1934 when entrepreneurs Francis Neppy Griggs and Golden Griggs ventured into sweet corn cultivation in eastern Oregon. Their first company, Griggs Brothers, quickly became the largest distributor of sweet corn in the United States. In 1949, with the financial support of their brother-in-law, Otis Williams, the Griggs Brothers transformed a frozen food plant in Ontario into a potato processing facility. The official founding of the company took place in 1952 under the name Oregon Frozen Foods Company. Initially focusing on frozen corn and French fries, Ore-Ida experienced a moment of culinary brilliance in 1953. Neppy, Golden, Otis, and Ross concocted tater tots, bite-sized logs made from seasoned slivers of potatoes, repurposed from French fried production leftovers. The iconic name Tater Tots emerged from a contest initiated by the brothers, with Clora Leigh Orton providing the winning moniker. Today, Tater Tots stands as Ore-Ida's most renowned product, cherished for their crispy exterior and fluffy interior. In 1960, Ore-Ida expanded its operations with a second plant in Burley, Idaho, solidifying its presence in the frozen food industry. The company's name, a fusion of Oregon and Idaho, reflected its roots, with the original logo showcasing the outlines of both states. Adding more delectable offerings to its repertoire, Ore-Ida ventured into the realm of French fried onion rings and fresh frozen chopped onions in 1962, made from sweet Spanish onions. These additions quickly became high-volume items, expanding Ore-Ida's influence in the frozen food market. The year 1961 marked Ore-Ida's public debut, and in 1965, the H.J. Heinz Company recognized the brand's potential, acquiring it to become a pivotal part of the Heinz family. It was during this time that Heinz coined the enduring advertising slogan, "When it says Ore-Ida, it's all-right-a." Number 7. Chef Boyardee Ready-to-Heat Spaghetti Kit. Now let's unravel the flavorful tale behind the beloved household name Chef Boyardee and its iconic ready-to-heat spaghetti kit. The story begins with Ettore Boyardee, a culinary maestro who, after leaving his post as the head chef at New York City's Plaza Hotel, embarked on a culinary journey that would forever change American dinner tables. In 1924, Boyardee opened Il Giardino d'Italia, the Garden of Italy, in Cleveland, Ohio, a restaurant that quickly gained fame for its delectable cuisine. The genius of Chef Boyardee occurred when patrons couldn't get enough of Boyardee's signature spaghetti sauce and began requesting it to take home. Boyardee, always the innovator, started distributing his sauce in milk bottles. 4 years later, in 1928, Boyardee took the next big step, opening a factory in Milton, Pennsylvania, where he could oversee the production of his tomato sauce, complete with homegrown tomatoes and mushrooms. To make the brand more accessible, he anglicized the name to Boyardee, ensuring that Americans could easily pronounce it. The first product to hit the shelves was the groundbreaking ready-to-heat spaghetti kit, a convenient package featuring uncooked pasta, tomato sauce, and pre-grated cheese. Initially, Chef Boyardee solely focused on its make-at-home spaghetti kit, but the brand's popularity soon prompted diversification. Boyardee introduced kits with a choice of 3 sauces: the original tomato, meatless mushroom, and a spicy Napoleon variant. In 1936, the demand had outgrown the Cleveland space, leading to the relocation of operations to Milton, Pennsylvania. Boyardee collaborated with local farmers to cultivate tomatoes that met his exacting standards. The turning point came in 1946, when American Home Products acquired Chef Boyardee for approximately $6 million. Paul Boyardee, Ettore son, played a pivotal role in getting the brand into A&P, the largest grocery store in the United States at the time, propelling Chef Boyardee to national prominence. Despite the acquisition, Boyardee continued to contribute as a consultant and spokesperson until 1978. In 1996, American Home Products spun off its food division, forming International Home Foods. 4 years later, ConAgra, the current parent company, acquired International Home Foods. Number 6. Kid Cuisine. Now let's hop into the time machine and take a ride back to 1990, an era when frozen meals were not just for adults anymore. A group of forward-thinking individuals in the food industry decided that children deserve their own culinary adventure, complete with shaped chicken nuggets and sprinkled brownies, and thus Kid Cuisine was born. While it's true that Libbyland Dinners made an attempt to capture the hearts of latchkey kids in 1971, Kid Cuisine truly carved its place in history, entering its 30th year and proving that it knows the secret recipe for appealing to the younger generation. Kid Cuisine quickly became a frozen food staple for families and children across the United States. It was a culinary sensation that either graced your dinner table regularly or had you watching commercials, wondering about the taste, and pestering your parents to bring it home. The brand offered a variety of products, including the rock and roll taco roll-ups and the innovative Pizza Painter Cheese Pizza, where you could paint sauce on your pizza. A dream come true for any kid who wanted to add a creative touch to their meal. Kid Cuisine played on the idea that kids wanted to turn mealtime into playtime, even if that meant parents cringed at the mess. In its heyday, Kid Cuisine captured the hearts and taste buds of children with products like rock and roll taco roll-ups and Pizza Painter Cheese Pizza. However, in more recent times, the brand has streamlined its offerings to 3 separate meals: all-star nuggets, popcorn chicken, and mini corn dogs. Each meal is accompanied by a side of corn, a brownie, and a choice between French fries or macaroni and cheese. Number 5. Le Menu. Fast forward to the 1980s, and the landscape of TV dinners was about to undergo a delicious revolution. Up until then, TV dinners were all about convenience. You needed a quick meal? Pop a TV dinner in the oven, and you were good to go. The concept was straightforward. Fill your stomach with something easy and ordinary. But then a culinary shift happened, and the notion of the foodie was born. Suddenly, people cared about their meals in ways they never did before. It wasn't just about satisfying hunger. It was about indulging in something extraordinary. Frozen meals with their ordinary fare faced a challenge in this new era of food consciousness. However, Campbell's had an ingenious solution: Le Menu. Because, adding a French touch automatically makes things fancier. Enter the Le Menu line of frozen TV dinners, where the mundane was replaced with the extraordinary. No more settling for chicken nuggets or Salisbury steak. Now, you could savor pepper steak with long grain rice and crisp Oriental vegetables, or delight in chicken cordon bleu with glazed baby carrots and rice pilaf. It was a game changer. Le Menu successfully tapped into the changing food preferences of consumers. No longer satisfied with just filling their stomachs, people wanted culinary experiences, even from their frozen meals. The strategy worked like a charm. Consumers flocked back to the frozen foods aisle. Sales soared, and the TV dinner not only survived, but thrived. Number 4. Tyson Frozen Dinner Kits. When you think of Tyson, you immediately think of chicken. This brand has become synonymous with everything poultry: chicken tenders, chicken fried steak, wings, bacon, pork, popcorn chicken, nuggets, chicken burgers, and the list goes on. While Tyson may not be known for providing complete meals, their offerings certainly get the job started. Who could forget the iconic Dino Nuggets that grace many childhood plates? According to Walmart reviews, Tyson's dinosaur-shaped nuggets aren't just beloved by children, adults are joining the nostalgia train as well. The Tyson's food story takes us back to the Great Depression in 1931, when John W. Tyson moved his family to Springdale, Arkansas, in search of new opportunities. Little did he know, those opportunities would come in the form of thousands of squawking, feathered friends. Tyson began delivering chickens to larger markets in the Midwest, laying the foundation for what would become one of the largest food producers in America. While Tyson has rightfully earned its place among the Fortune 500 list multiple times and holds a significant position in the meat production industry, it's interesting to note that Tyson is considered the second biggest frozen dinner brand. The majority of their revenue comes from non-frozen food items. Nevertheless, Tyson's influence is substantial enough to secure its spot as one of the largest frozen dinner brands in the United States. Number 3. Swanson Great Starts Frozen Breakfast. As the 1980s dawned, TV dinners expanded their flavorful reach into the realm of breakfast, and leading the charge was Swanson with their innovative Great Starts breakfast line. Catering to the morning rush, Swanson's breakfast offerings included a variety of options, ranging from hearty egg sandwiches and classic breakfast platters to the convenience of frozen pancakes and French toast. While some critics might argue about the culinary triumph of the egg's texture, there's no denying the major selling point, the emphasis on convenience for those facing hectic mornings. The disappearance of these breakfast delights from grocery store aisles remains shrouded in mystery, leaving curious minds with limited online clues. Yet, the vivid recollection of their distinctive bright yellow packaging persists in the memories of those who kick-started their mornings with these frozen delights at the close of the 20th century. Swanson's Great Start breakfast, though absent from shelves today, continued to live as a nostalgic chapter in the ever-evolving saga of TV dinners. Did you have a favorite from the Swanson Great Starts breakfast line? Number 2. Kraft Frozen Macaroni and Cheese Meal. Macaroni and cheese, with its creamy texture and savory flavor, has secured its spot as a beloved dish. Whether you opt for a gourmet twist with various cheeses, homemade breadcrumbs, and protein mix-ins like brisket or lobster, or prefer the quick and easy route with Kraft macaroni and cheese, this comfort food is a timeless classic. Kraft, renowned for its iconic blue boxes adorned with popular cartoon characters, has long been a go-to for instant mac and cheese that's ready in minutes. In a bold move, Kraft decided to venture into the frozen foods arena, offering a frozen macaroni and cheese dinner complete with chicken nuggets and broccoli. However, the competition proved to be stiff, with other beloved brands like Stouffer's having their own popular versions of frozen mac and cheese. Eventually, Kraft chose to discontinue its foray into the frozen realm, sticking to the familiar blue boxes that grace pantries across the nation. While the frozen mac and cheese still lingers on the company's website, a curious absence emerged when searching for retailers carrying the product. Number 1. Swanson Turkey Dinner. Let's cap off our journey through frozen dinner history with the undisputed pioneer, the iconic Swanson TV dinner. The turkey dinner, once considered a special holiday-only indulgence, eventually descended from its elevated status to become a staple in middle-class households nationwide. According to legend, a resourceful Swanson salesman conceived this groundbreaking idea when confronted with a surplus of more than 260 tons of frozen turkey post-Thanksgiving. The ingenious solution involved packaging the turkey alongside holiday favorites like sweet potatoes on oven-safe strato plates. While the exact origins of the TV dinner are debated among Swanson employees, its grand entrance into the American scene was nothing short of triumphant in 1953. Initially, Swanson's frozen meals basked in widespread success, creating a new dining ritual for families across the country. However, as time marched on, competition heightened and critics emerged regarding ingredient quality. The ascent of fast food posed a formidable challenge to the frozen dinner market. Despite facing these headwinds, the Swanson brand persisted, navigating through changes in ownership and eventually evolving into the rebranded Hungry Man line. Wow, what a journey through the history of TV dinners. If you enjoyed this countdown, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more delicious content, and hit that notification bell to stay updated. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.